Yo, what's going on, guys? Rammus got a massive buff on his Q. It is now a 4-second lower cooldown at level 1. It is, however, the same cooldown at max rank, so this is absolutely not a buff whatsoever to Rammus past the mid game. With that being said, Rammus is a turd sandwich of a character, so if you do want to play him, I'm going to be showing you how to carry on him to the best that this character can. At the moment, Rammus is basically a support. If you're building tank items, he just doesn't really get the job done. You have to take advantage of economical support items due to slow clears and slow way of killing people. So yeah, first item rush, you want to go for Zeke's Convergence. It gives you an AoE slow and AoE damage tool around you after you use your R. It also helps to hold them inside your R because your R does a whopping like 100 damage. Really strong, right? You hold them inside that and they get burnt up. So yeah, Zeke's very inexpensive to rush down. After Zeke's, generally speaking, you're going to go into Mogs, or you can swap into Thornmail second and then you go Mogs. That's totally fine. I'm not going to smite this because my W duration is pretty fresh, and I don't want to just have my W on cooldown. So now my W is on cooldown. I'm walking over here. By the time I get here, it'll be back up. We can E auto W, smite him, because Rammus his main clear tool is just having W on. It's a big Thornmail. You're also going to take less damage because more armor. Rammus has bonus damage on his auto, so usually building an attack speed item at some point can be nice, especially if you're ahead. Titanic is actually decent on Rammus since it's an auto reset. The problem is Rammus is just so weak right now. It's hard to ever get to that point and be ahead and play from that position, so usually not going to be doing that. You want to go Aftershock, Fawn of Life, Conditioning, Overgrowth. Secondary runes, you can go Sorcery Tree, like Celerity, Water Walking. But like Triumph Alacrity is pretty safe. With attack speed, double health. The double health plus Overgrowth is pretty important if you want to have the Warmox option second. Otherwise, you just won't be able to hit it second without having to grab an extra Ruby Crystal, something like that. We have on our Frenzying Taunt. If you use your W or your Q, you can extend your taunt duration accordingly. Alrighty, again with our E and the W again. The biggest thing holding back Rammus is his crappy ultimate. They need to bring back Tremor. Soaring Slam is terrible. It's really bad for Rammus. So doing a completely leashless, we just did a 329. Walking away. Scuttle Crab is up. You don't want to max your Q first. You want to go for a taunt max now. More attack speed, more taunt duration. Problem is, like, your Q, it's the same cooldown at max rank anyway, so just leaving it level 1, 4 seconds lower cooldown is fine. I'll gank bot. I'll go for Sona. More snared before I taunted. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and leave that. We may not be able to gank bot. Ashe is going to die now. We gotta get on the Vayne. Vayne's gonna be tough. She's got maxed out lethal tempo. This is really hard to watch. Her silver bolt's now swapped. Alright, that works. We'll take it. Technically worth, but man, that was rough. Wait for taunt. Then snare. Yeah. Rammus taunt, that's the biggest part of his kit that's strong, is they can't, it's hard to outplay once Rammus is on them. We'll buy that, we'll grab oracles. Top lane not very gankable for us. York Cage is hard to deal with. The enemy bot lane's pretty easy. All they have is Vayne Condemned to knock me out of my Q. Ganking for Casper 6 is kind of bad. We'll use our Q to get around the map, particularly when we're within range to grab a camp. Vayne is highly problematic for Rammus, but the truth is he's so weak right now that you don't typically get to a point where you're a huge armor tank and 80 characters, when they hit you, they cry. Now, 80 characters, whether it's a Riffin, Irelia, and then Misfortune, they're going to do plenty of damage to you. You don't have to specifically worry about Vayne too much. Now, when Rammus is hyper meta, which hasn't been a thing since he had his old ultimate that he had for like a decade, 10 years, and then they had the wise idea of changing it, then yeah, you would watch out for Vayne. Then he's a completely different character with his old R. It was a solid damage and slow tool. Very, very consistent. This one's, I mean, it's functionally 0 damage. They really, really screwed the pooch with it. Whoever made that change was absolutely not a Rammus player whatsoever. I'll tell you that right now. Because if you're a Rammus player and you genuinely prefer his new R over the old R, you have like no, absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and you've never played Rammus past Diamond before, ever. Or even past like Gold for that matter. Alright, we'll look to gank bot. It does not looking very gankable, to be honest. I might just have to reset. Oh, maybe Sona. Okay, Ash actually baited it. Auto into E. Alright, we'll tank it a little bit. You generally want to auto attack after you land your Q on Rammus because they're knocked up and slowed, to where if you immediately taunt, they're already knocked up and slowed, so you're wasting taunt duration. I'm going to try this game, says the Vayne. Oh my, not that. Echo's very, very meta right now. He gets a double. It's not good. I do have my R, but since not much damage, it might actually be the lowest ultimate damage in all of League of Legends if you compare ults that do damage. Which is funny because it's a skill shot as well. Yeah, I'm actually dead. That's hilarious. What's funny is he was in my R the whole time and he didn't die with that low of health. That's pretty funny. Part of the issue with using your R super early when you're on Q, especially if someone has a dash, so you Q R on them, they can just dash and now you have nothing. But like before your R lands. But if you segment it where you Q, they flash away, or you hit them, you do your combo, then they jump away or whatever, then you can R stay on top. So it's really tricky. You don't really want to put all your gap closers on cooldown at once. And what you just saw with the Azir, fighting someone who's a 10th health or 5th health, it's just, on Rammus, it's never a good idea. If you don't have a teammate there, even if you have 10 times the health in somebody, fighting them with this character is kind of rough. That's the thing, like Rammus didn't need a Q buff. Like sure, it's nice. I mean, they could make his Q a 3-second cooldown. It'd be nice. It really would be. But the issue isn't necessarily with his Q, it's with his ultimate. His ultimate is just tremendously terrible. Cancel my W, just put it on cooldown. It doesn't go on cooldown based off of when you start it. It's based on when it's stopped. It's like once it ends. So you should just end it early if you're done with the camp. Like here, I'll just end it. We'll try going mid. Zir still had R after they killed Cass. Oh, double wards. That's wild. Yeah, bot lane's definitely going to be our bread and butter this game. Same thing. It happened again. Alright. Down he goes. We can technically R through his R, but timing that's super, super tricky. Rammus is unstoppable during his R, so we can jump through like a Lux Snare or Fatal Fear. So the timing can be a little tricky against those certain types of CC. Vayne's pretty low. I could probably make it work on her. My high taunt duration. The thing about his Q, you might say, well, just max it anyways. The damage only goes up by 30 per level, which isn't that great. Like, it's okay. The slow goes up by 10%, but the speed doesn't get any higher, and the speed is what you would really want. Nice. Nice. Walking behind her. Trying to block her movement. God, my damage is so low. They got Dragon too. That sucks. I think she's actually dead here. Yeah, not worth though. I couldn't quite get out. Yeah, I couldn't quite get out on that one. Got Zeke's though. We'll go for this. Off the get Mock. I might get Wits End at some point because the Echo, Zero, Sona, the triple magic damage. Cass has Malignance. Looks like we're just gonna watch him take that stuff. Why not? I wasted my time even coming over here. Massive waste of time going to that. Alright, Cass gets the kill. That's rough. We'll just take double blast count. Echo's pretty fad. I'm not going to beat him in a fight. Rammus would lose to a fight to Soraka solo, so we're not going to fight that. This Riven, she didn't even come for the grubs, so we're just going to keep playing around bot lane. They'll typically have one bread and butter lane, particularly on Rammus. So Ashe is not bot side. She's mid lane now. Very strong. Love to see that. We are going to Q max second just because W per level it's essentially a nothing burger. Gets virtually zero. Particularly early in mid game. Maybe late game it counts for something. Ashe thinks she's going to have a good time against Azir. It's pretty funny. I can't really gank for her while her ult's down. Azir outranges her. He outdamages her. Our taunt should be pretty strong against Echo. I hope he doesn't go for Merc Treads. Merc Treads is one of Rammus' bane enemies. Looks like he's warding Dragon. Is this warded or something? He just disappeared. I mean, York's kind of low. Why are they lane swapping? I don't know, that's weird. I'm gonna have to R to get to him. Get the knock up, EW. Not bad. That works. I need Morg with me. Kill the Vayne. I can't even solo Vayne. If it wasn't Vayne, if it was like maybe like MF, maybe I can. But yeah, I don't need it at that point. Kind of need Dragon. I don't know if we're going to be able to take it though. Echo's going to be hard to outsmite because of his execute. We didn't pull it out very far either, or whatever. They don't have vision of it. That's the good news. I'm going to hold on to taunt just because Echo's here. If he's going to steal it, he's going to hopefully die for it. Doesn't look like he wanted to burn R, because he could jump in, try to burn R to get out. Yeah, I don't know, they're really sitting back right now. Oh, this looks decent. He's in trouble. We get with the ER, we can go through everything with it. Riven's trying to get up because she is really, really good. I guess that's one nice change they made in League of Legends is when you have a goofball spamming the surrender vote when your team's winning. Or just in general. If the team votes no, she has to wait longer before she can try to give up. Clips Riven versus York. That sounds really strong. kind of just waiting for someone to show up. Then none of the enemies are showing up on the map. Since we are Rammus, we can do nasty dives. We have a lot of HP on Zeke, some armor on plated. Get with the Q, auto EW. So that is something Rammus can do pretty well, but you need your teammates to follow up, which is tricky in solo queue. And really any tank jungler can do that, whether it be Zac or Nunu. Anyone who can take a couple of turret shots and not die. Let's go for generally at this point it'd be Mogs. I guess that's fine. Yeah, the movement speed on the Mogs is pretty good. It's comparable to Deadman's in terms of movement speed. It's really not that far off. It ends up being a lot better though, especially when the enemy team's mixed damage. Yeah, Echo has mesh. That's gonna be an issue. He's not 10 stacks though, so if he dies, it was kind of a bad purchase. Yeah, we have to follow someone around. That's just how it goes on Rammus. We can try this. I don't have my W though. Auto. Ooh. Oh, I don't like this that much. I'm surprised his ear's even there. This area must be warded or something. Oh, York's mid. The whole enemy team's hiding. They've been hiding for so long. Oh no, Ashes. Auto EW. Yeah, York's gonna have a fun time not moving. He actually went plated instead of Mercs. That's hilarious. He should have just sat on tier 1 boots and waited to get with them until teamfight portion of the stage. He's really gonna struggle. Oh, I can't get to Ash. My stuff's on cooldown. We'll wait for them to shove up. We need space to chase anyways. Ooh, this looks good. This is 2 red buffs. And Morg W does more damage than I do. That's hilarious. Oh, wait. That's pretty early. Nice. He's gonna pop his W. Just let him go. He put his W in a really bad spot there. Get the red. I got a backup Cass. Echo's mid. We'll run him down for a bit. I don't think I can necessarily kill him. Just trying to wall him off drag in his jungle. I think he just went for my Raptors. No, I guess not. Just waiting around for drag. I can't buy anything too crazy, so I don't want to back for Mogs. I can get Crystalline Bracer. Not really worth the recall. So right now the enemies are hiding because this is a stage of the game where Rammus is reasonable. Like, he has reasonable strengths. When people are spread out, we have tier 2 boots. We max taunt. So if that taunt hits and I have a teammate there, they're probably going to die. Our taunt's 40% attack speed, which is actually kind of low because there's other attack speed steroids in the league that already start out around 40-50%. This is maxed. Nice. The QEW. We need to get Dragon or get Vayne. Vayne's pushed up. I think I get her. We'll hit her. I'll hit her with R if she tries to condemn. Q auto EW. Oh man, Sona might have rage quit. I haven't seen Sona in a hot minute. She might have left. I think that's what happened. I think that's why they lane swapped to Sona rage quit. That could have been like before she rage quit though. I don't remember. Guess we'll just wrap this game up. Zeke's is it's just really strong with how cheap it is basically. You get the enough armor magic resist where even if the enemies go double flat penetration magic pen or armor pen, it gives you enough resistances to like overshadow what they have. I have to reset. So like if they go Sork Shoes and like Shadow Flame, you have more magic resist than they have penetration. If they go like double lethality, you basically have enough. Plus you get the health and the haste. You'll find that like Riot doesn't value tank jungle champions, generally speaking, but they do value tank supports. So tank support items tend to be a bit overloaded to where, at least in pro play, we see if there is a tank jungler, they're basically building tank support items is what happens, like Locket or Zeke's, just because the items are cheap and have a high baseline value for how cheap they are. This is really cool, man. Really high value right here. Thanks, Riven, for leashing the last like 200 health. Like, honestly, the Riven's about as useful as their AFK Sona. it's about the same, and that's it. We'll take it, man. It's not pretty, but it is possible to win on Rammus.